Alright, we just got off the boat and we are heading inside. So we are now at Ellis Island. Beautiful architecture here. Buildings very pretty. These kind of reds and copper tones everywhere. Interesting. As we make our way up this ramp, heading inside. The ship that we were on, by the way, is now heading to New York, so you can get here from either side of the Hudson. So wayfinding for us. Yeah, this place is big, so I'm hoping we have enough time, but we'll do our best and we'll take you around. That's where we came in. We walked towards the gift shop and there's an elevator. So just letting you guys know if you need help with the stairs, but you can't do them at all. There's where you find the elevator.
There is an option.
Am I?
I won't be here though.
There's crazy walls in here.
Is that like prison?
Huh. Alright, so we're on the 3rd floor. Oh, 2nd floor.
Into the registry room.
Okay. So we just turned to the right from the elevator and
Wow.
registration room. This is where they would have fought. This is the registry room. Wow, look at this. I wish the camera would do it justice, but this is a massive room, beautifully done. The tile work up here is tremendous. Hanging chandeliers, quite large, but look dwarfed by the size of this room. So this is the registration room. This is where they would have processed tens of thousands of people. Wow. The windows on the sides are impressive as well. They're quite large. Some more about the registry room. Wow. On many days, over 5,000 people would come through this space. And I'm sure just like entering today though, some entered just fine and some got bad news that they couldn't enter for some reason, or maybe were given false papers. So they have these examples of a ship's manifest and a little bit on here, some information, like a story here. You can look up your own family. But this is an example of, just like we would today through customs, right? So you'd have a customs officer here at this desk and they'd file through the immigrants there at the end.
They said 4 to 6 rows of people with their family.
Yep, and you'd be all lined up and you'd have to come through the immigration officer and they'd look at your paperwork and, you know, stamp what they needed to, and hopefully you had...
Then you go to the medical check.
That's right, they would check you for
after they put you
health.
On the roster.
But yeah, I'm sure this room was great for most people, but every now and then there was probably someone who was sold false papers and very disappointed by the time they got here.
Or they're just very sick. It's crazy, like how many people this room would fit. And
yeah.
The pictures we've seen, they're like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, well they said that sometimes over 5,000 people a day. Alright, so we're gonna check out a little bit of what it was like, what they experienced. This is one of the postcards that you would have got if one of your family members were detained.
And they told them why they were detained.
And I told you why. They had a dining area. Look at that.
Milk and sugar, bread and butter, crackers, and milk for women and children. For dinner it was beef stew, boiled potatoes, and rye bread, smoked or pickled herring for Hebrews, and then crackers and milk for women and children. Man, women and children used to survive on crackers and milk.
Milkman. And one of these.
More milk for the kids. Oh, it's
You can see
why not?
how big it is. You carry it around. Yep, look at them coming through. That's crazy. That's an interesting photo. Something real happy like this guy. These rooms, by the way, so it's interesting tile work around the edges. And then you see the above. What'd you say, Mark?
It says it's the island of hope and great sorrow.
Yep.
That is true, because at one point you're like super happy to be here, but on the other hand, you left everything
Well, but
and everyone behind.
yeah, and then again, not everyone got in.
Every boat did not get in.
Yeah. An old door, pieces of the wall that people carved into. They've saved it.
Oh, look, it's the boat.
Yeah, so here they talk about the graffiti. But yeah, I guess someone drew the ship they were on. Depending on what you had, you got put in a different ward. Measles had a bunch of wards, except that was a popular one. It was a psychopathic ward, though. Birth and death certificates, people who didn't make the trip. The doctor's instruments here. There's a reading chart. Tests that they would have run on you. Make sure you understood basic stuff. It's interesting. And the other ones, they had to match the jerseys. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, so these are train times and things. So from here you could basically go through the whole country. Only a third stayed in New York. Everywhere else, everybody else came through here. Did go somewhere else. That's crazy.
I leave the railway line.
Yeah.
It tells them like what is the weather gonna be like, the agriculture, what animals can they eat now.
Yeah. I mean, just like you kind of would have today to some extent. You know what to expect. Wow. Wow, the fertility of the soil is the biggest paragraph there. It shows you just how we've gone from work, farmers, you know, labor, to not. These days, I don't think anyone cares about the fertility of the soil when they're factoring a move.
So then there's, so where we boarded the ferry to come here, they had all those different train station lines.
Right.
So like that's where they were.
It probably would help them get
Once
to
you
some
got
of these
done,
longer lines, yeah.
You would go there and then board on your train.
Yeah.
That's the money exchange.
Yeah, currency, look at that. Yeah, a lot of different notes from all over the place. You do everything.
Some of these are so intricate on their design.
Yeah, because even back then they were trying to prevent fraud. Mars didn't enter the country. The immoral woman and women arriving alone. Wow.
Let's see if they.
Alright. So, can you read or write? Yes. Anarchist. No. You have a job. I mean, if I'm entering, I don't think I have a job. Do you support? Yes. Invasion dissent. I'm worried about this one. Yes. Do you have 50 times? Yeah. No. 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 Yes. No. Alright, see. Rejected. Haha, I knew it. And apparently I'm an immoral woman.
You're living with one's what it means.
Yeah. Wow. So we both failed. Be on the other side of the
To the
table.
Ellis Island Immigrant Special Board of Inquiry.
Giuseppe.
To use the keypad to navigate through.
So 15-year-old Giuseppina arrived at Ellis Island from Naples, Italy shortly after for the Ellis Island
Today,
inspector.
with the case of Angelo Argento, a 12-year-old boy who was sent to Ellis on his own.
Over 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island, completing medical exams and legal inquiries. About 80% passed the initial inspection, but the others were either held in the hospital or had to plead their case to a panel of 3 special inquiry inspectors. You are about to witness a case that is based on a true story. You will have a chance to watch a reenactment in the original hearing room, make a ruling, and then we will find out what the original resolution was.
What is your name, please?
Giuseppina.
How did you come here?
My father brought me and my sister.
How old are you, and how old is your sister?
I am 15. My sister is 12.
Did you live with your father in Italy?
No, my mom and papa live here in America. My sister and I live with our grandparents, but earlier this year they died.
So your father went back to Italy to bring you into America.
Yes, we all want to live here together.
Your sister has some trouble with her eyes, do you know that?
Yes, yes, they hurt her.
Were her eyes like that before you got on the ship that brought you here?
Yes.
How long before?
Months.
Did your sister ever get medical care for her eyes?
Yes, she did.
Who paid for that care?
My papa, he sent us money.
Did he know what the treatment was for?
Yes, he did tell us.
Josephina, your sister has a dangerous and contagious eye disease known as trachoma. Anyone with that disease cannot be let into America.
But if we are all in America together, we can take care of her. She will get the help
What
she
should we do?
needs.
This child has been brought all the way to America, but what for? Are the plans that are waiting here in his best interest? You make the decision. Would you let Angelo in
Your name, sir?
or deny him entry to the United States?
Who have you come here for today?
My two daughters.
How long have you been in the U.S.?
9 years.
Are you a citizen?
Yes. I am a citizen, and I have the papers to be approved. Angelo Argento was denied
What is your work?
at Ellis Island. In the early 20th century, there was a
Wife
rise
work
of
too?
child labor.
Yes.
And the inspectors found
Welcome to the Ellis Island. Option 1. Option 2. For audio description, please
You know that
press
your
the
youngest
blue
daughter
diamond-shaped
has trouble with her
telephone
eyes?
at the top of the keypad.
I did not know that.
Didn't you send money to Italy for her to get medical care?
Yes, but I did not know it was so serious.
Your daughter does have and has been certified to have trachoma, dangerous and contagious eye disease. If neither of those doctors in Italy made a mistake, she still cannot be let into the United States.
But can she stay here? We will take care of her. We can get her the help that she needs here.
So now you've heard the testimony and the story of the Garzieri family as the inspectors did in 1922. It is your turn to decide what should become of them. Should you A, allow Josepina and her sister Maria to enter directly into the United States? B, send both Josepina and Maria back to Italy? C, allow Josepina to enter and send Maria back to Italy? Or D, allow Josepina to enter and hold Maria for treatment until she gets better? You will have 10 seconds to make a decision.
I would have thought they did C, but we'll go with the D. Ooh, inspectors agreed with you.
Both sisters had already been to the hospital, and since Josepina did not have trachoma, she was allowed to leave with her father. Maria was kept at Ellis Island for treatment and was later released to join her family once she recovered. Actually, 9 out of every 10 people held for treatment at Ellis Island recovered and were allowed to enter the United States, just like Maria.
Interesting. That's cool. On the 3rd floor now, and I just wanted to point out the skylights on the top. You can see these from the outside of the building here, but now that we're in, it provides a lot of great light throughout the space. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Just to look at some of the items people may have brought. It's very cool. They have a lot back here.
It's their prized possessions.
Well, they're moving their whole life here.
Yeah, they knew it all. They took care
Oh,
of
look
it.
at those instruments. Cool model of 1923 Ellis Island. This is where we are.
And those were that was the medical place that had the measles and the mumps
Right.
and the medical book. And this was the nurse's house. And then this was the doctor's house. So they compared the two homes, There wasn't that many actual doctors here.
No. Just like today, there's less doctors than nurses. But here's the room that we were in. See them processing all these people. And here's some images of the registration room full of people. Even benches at one time. And then here it is now. Do you think your college dorm sucked? Look at this place.
Oh my god.
Very efficient though. Wow. It's crazy.
They could fit 7 beds on one rack.
Huh.
Just raised them up.
I passed.
They can stay in the country.
They let me in. Yeah, we're leaving Ellis Island, but her torch is all lit up and her crown's lit. It's cool. Yeah, it's pretty, and oh, the lights are coming on here as well. It's 4:15. Oh, and these lights just turned on. 4:15, and we are gonna hop on one of the ferries back to Liberty Park. There's another view of Liberty Island. It's all lit up. We could say we were all the way at the top in her crown. Pretty cool. Like Manhattan's still covered in fog, but you can see some of the buildings now, lights. Ooh. Miss Gateway. I think Miss Liberty was the other one we took. You can see Manhattan and the low cloud cover. It's amazing. It really shortens the skyline. No, because the Freedom Tower should come up to about here. Just one more shot from the parking lot at Liberty Park, and the clouds are still thick, but the Freedom Tower is poking out a little bit, and it's just amazing because you can see how high it goes. Very cool. We're here at Top's Diner. In the restrooms, they have a full record player. Hot on the wall. Goodfellas. Some more stuff. But very cool diner. Alright, so we are now at the airport. Sorry for not filming like a closing yesterday, but I figured this would be short and maybe we'll do a longer recap later. Had a great dinner at Tops. Highly recommend it if you're in the area. The food was tremendous and the drinks were made really well. We just dropped off our rental car not too long ago. Got through TSA with a breeze. So it's a Monday morning. We got to the airport about 5, even after the rental car. So got to TSA about 5. So I think that has helped us out. Maybe took us 15 minutes to get through. And now we are at our gate. And we have about an hour, and then they'll start. Well, we have about 45 minutes ish before they start boarding, and then we should be in the air just before 7, and we'll be home 3 hours after that. So here, let me show you. I grabbed a quick breakfast. This is little breakfast sandwich and potatoes. I got from a little, it was actually like a Asian restaurant down the way, but they had it and it was a shorter line than the Starbucks. So I went with that. Mars is off finding some breakfast right now, so she'll get that. I grabbed a water for the flight since this flight, it's through Spirit. I don't know if they always do this, first time flying with them, but they would charge you for drinks or snacks. So learned my lesson from our first flight. Got a bottle of water, so at least I'll have that on the flight because my throat gets really dry with all the circulated air. So anyway, Mars will be back in a minute, and I think we'll jump on the flight, and we'll either close this out then or close it out when we get to Orlando. But almost done with our quick weekend getaway. Hey there, Future Nate. Once again, we didn't film an outro, and sorry for the footage at the diner being so choppy. It was just really loud in there, as you can probably tell. The footage even that I'm showing, I got to do a lot of tweaks to it to get the volume down, but it was a really cool place. I just happened to look it up on, like a Google search, using Apple Maps or whatever it was, and it had good reviews. It was fairly close. It only took us maybe 15 minutes to get there. So happy we found it. I hadn't heard of it before. It was not something planned. It's just we were lucky. In fact, the pizza joint that you saw the photos at the end of our last video, we didn't really film, but you saw the pictures of it. That was also another random place we found. So we actually were impressed with the food in New Jersey, at least where we ate. We thought everything was pretty good. We had a great time at Ellis Island. It's a huge place, and again, we didn't film everything. We filmed a lot, as you could tell. I mean, we just filled this whole video with stuff, but there was even more things that we just didn't film quite everything, or the citizenship kind of entry thing that you saw the end that I had passed, but we just didn't film the other bit, one reason or another. I don't know if we just forgot or what, but it happens sometimes. But I highly recommend this entire national park. Ellis Island, Liberty, Statue of Liberty. I think it's all really great. If you're into American history, that kind of stuff, just history in general, I think it's a really cool place to go. And we had a great time. I would certainly go back if we ever had the chance. I know I had mentioned, when we do our Manhattan trip, we just want to go to Manhattan, and that's probably true. But, would I go back in just a general question? Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was really good. Well kept, too, which I expect from a national park, but still something to note. Very clean, very well kept. Everyone was very friendly. The staff was all polite. So, no quarrels there. Easy to get to and from as well. That last bit, I was filming the Manhattan skyline from the parking lot. But I didn't really show you the parking lot, but the parking lot was really easy to get to. Short walk from the parking lot to where you buy the tickets, and then a few hundred yards, I guess. I say short walk, but if I recall, you do have to walk past like the old train depot. But you get to the ticket booths, and then you go onto the boats. There is a security check there, so just keep that in mind. But otherwise, I think our tickets were like $25, and that included both stops. So anyways, again, thought it was pretty great. Sorry we didn't film an outro at the time. I know it's definitely something we constantly forget, but hopefully we'll get better at it as time goes on. But anywho, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your support. If you haven't, hit that like and subscribe button down below, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.